Yes, welcome back to Footy and Friends, where we have our friends and we talk about footy.
Yeah.
And today we've got another friend coming in, sir. Brettles, quickly, how are you first, my friend?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm a little bit tired. My little 3-year-old came into the bed last night at 1 o'clock and didn't go back to sleep until 3 o'clock. So
it's the worst you've looked.
Oh,
Isn't
yeah.
it? And he still looks good.
He doesn't look good. He looks fantastic all the time.
Yeah.
I've walked into the studio today and Mick goes, "Whoa, you all right?" I was like, well, yeah.
Well,
you just look a bit swollen.
A bit puffy.
You had one eye down here and then one eye half up. But you've you had 4 mid-strings.
Sorry, Footies. Brad Pitt in here with
Footies, Friends and Feedback. Is it called? The
360
show?
stuff.
I'm excited, though. I've got a guest coming in.
So if you heard back a few weeks ago, we spun the pen and it was whoever comes in. I'm genuinely nervous. This whole weekend I did have a few beers. Not sure if it's a bit of like the, demons as the Monday scaries. Also the fact that we've got a guest coming in shortly. I have no idea who it is.
Are you more nervous that...
I don't know. I just don't like secret.
I'm my big nerve, my main nerve around the guests.
You hate them.
No, that you don't know. That I don't know them.
No. We've been assured that we know.
Give me who you both think it is.
I was thinking after we spoke a few weeks back, I thought it might be Ben Nason.
Oh, Nathan.
Nice.
I've had to fly him over from Adelaide.
So it's not in?
It's not nice.
It's not Nason.
I'm just getting the excitement in me, but I don't know. But I thought maybe like you're a good friend of Chris Newman, so I thought maybe it could be Chris Newman.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, he was...
It won't be Chris Newman. Could it be
busy.
Leon Cameron, or is he in Sydney?
He's in Sydney, and I'm not flying him down.
Okay, so we've got a few interstate operators that aren't coming.
Wasn't Richo, was it?
You want to back over that one, do you?
It wasn't Richo, was it?
I like
Wasn't
that.
Ben King, was it?
Ben King? What? Ben King coming?
Stephen King.
Stephen King, sorry, that was the one I was talking about.
It's not Stephen King?
No,
It's not...
I don't know, Big King.
Well,
yeah, anyway, I've forgotten the names.
I thought you have some connection to Choco Williams. I thought it might be him. And then you just go, no, he'd hijacked the show, so he's not coming in.
Yeah, well, that's what...
Choco's got some stories.
Maybe next week. But this is setting a precedent. Once a month, whoever goes next, we have to bring a guest in. So
Spin the pen.
I'm looking to, spin the pen, see who it is. Hey, off the top, though, before we get into it, a few things caught my eye on the weekend, and I'm not sure if that's even a segment that we do here, but I was watching a few... Oh, actually, before we get into this...
Right.
We hung out on bloody Friday.
Friday.
Yeah. Oh, how good was that? Guess where we went?
Enjoyed it. I know where we went because I was there. JD Sports.
JD Sports in
mate.
the city. How good's JD Sports? Yeah. King of trainers. We went out together. We hung out. Show us your shoes.
No, I got
Brett.
some freshies.
Oh, he did, didn't he? I got the new Balance.
Out of that specials.
Yeah, they are.
So all the
they
cool
are
kids are
special. They are. So we went out there, got fully decked out. Our big friends at JD Sports. Thank you so much for setting us up. If you want some trainers for your mum or your dad, your nan, your grandpa, go out there, or kids.
Yep.
I got Max some New Balances.
Oh, that's right. You
How
did too.
cute as, yeah.
Did you get the fam anything?
No.
Because I got some feedback when I got home with 2 bags of JD.
He wasn't happy. Rolls wasn't happy.
Yeah, Rolls was like...
We'll have to set Rolls
what'd you get,
and
Lonnie?
Katie up.
Yeah, so...
Maybe we'll take the girls out there next time.
Well,
Jazz as well.
No. So Katie buys, and I just get all the... I get the freebies.
Yeah, you
know?
get the pearlers and the...
Well, that's...
yeah. Oh, it's
Hey,
good.
Pearl of the Week's a great segment as well.
Fantastic segment.
Oh,
I haven't got
think
one this
about
week. Hey, did you boys catch a glimpse of this on the weekend? I've got to be careful here. Former teammate of yours, and he's actually coming on the pod. Me and him are doing the... we've got to talk about this at Carlton Draft. Draftee. You see that?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I know where you're going with this. Is this the thing that Cornsey had a...
Kane Corns going back at Trent Cotchin on the Sunday Footy Show. Mate, I'm telling you, that was probably the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like,
I haven't
seen in my life.
Mate, you got to have a watch.
Because, so...
Verbatim.
Channel 7 have done this thing where they put Koch on like a green screen on TikTok and he's talking over a play. To be honest, I saw it and I was like, oh, that's okay. Yeah, like, cool,
okay.
Not that bad. And just like sort of swiped across. I was like, Koch one of the best in the game. We'll talk to him about this because he's coming in a few weeks. And after that, Cornsey got up and did the same thing and just absolutely took the piss out of it, shredded it, because it's 9 versus 7. He's saying, we've got to watch what our people do and stuff. And Cornsey's got up and he's just like, and this Hawthorn player kicks the ball and they mark it.
And then they kick it.
And then he kicks it and he marks it. It was one of the most funniest things I've ever seen, but it was funnier because
Well,
it just wasn't needed.
But
But it
Kane's
was,
gone at Trent a few times.
yeah.
Because we lost the final and then...
When he picked the toss? Was that one against
it
Port?
might have been that one. But then we turned up. We had a fancy dress for our Mad Monday. It was only
Yeah.
a couple of days later. And Trent turned up as Gene Simmons, like full Kiss outfit.
And did the media.
And did the media. So... Yeah, Kane's always
He's got a
he's
eye
had
out
it in,
for
he's
him.
had it in for Trent a little bit.
We love both of them, but I'd like to hear Koch's side of the story. So all good though. They're doing good things. I haven't seen that show yet. The one they're doing with
It's on a
Selwood.
bit late for me.
Yeah, it is a little bit late.
All the footy shows are on late.
a bit non.
You know, there was
Mate.
one last night. I was just putting my
Yeah,
head on the
but
pillow. The Footy Furnace.
Jesus
And they-
Christ!
What's the footy furnace?
Footy
What have
Furnace.
we gotta do to get a
Actually,
show?
I thought about this. Footy Furnace. I put it on, and it's got Tom Morris one side, sitting like there, and Jimmy Bartell there, and then like a floating Lee Matthews. You have the vision. Lee
Where
Matthews
is he?
is just on the screen.
So he's
zoomed in.
He's zoomed in with like one of those made backgrounds, which is like he's in. I think it's Melbourne behind him with all the bright lights, but it's just a floating.
So you're saying it looks great?
It looked.
What is this on Channel 9?
Channel 9. I just found it funny, like Lee Matthews is just hovering in the...
Oh no!
So
That reminds me of the
go to
time.
Channel 7, has he?
I don't even want to bring this up. It reminds me of the time that Butts and I did that show. And
Oh, yeah.
there was
I was
one
there.
episode where he had the
I
where he had
came.
the COVID. He had COVID at home, and he was on the TV, and we got a photo. TV.
You got
Fuck,
you've
that
got
was
his
bad.
head, and then you had pants coming out the bottom of the... It
that
was really
was
bad.
shocking.
Remember Teams on 10?
Teams on 10, yeah. Rest in
R.I.P.
peace.
I thought it was coming back.
No, it's on a bit of a hiatus. We did a clip last week as well before our special guest comes in. I think they're coming in about 10 minutes or so. It was most iconic brands that have sponsored teams. So take me back to your boys' career or even childhoods.
Yeah.
Talk me through what stands out as the most iconic sponsor of a jumper that springs to mind when you see it. Any team.
So straight away, Hungry Jacks with West Coast.
Yeah.
The association.
I think of Hyundai with Carlton on the
Yeah.
back of their jumpers.
I think of
Because I was a Carlton supporter.
I think of Maine. Maine on Carlton. Remember the
Oh,
red
yeah.
circle?
Yeah,
Maine?
the big red
I
circle.
don't even know what that business was, but I actually saw it.
Never have thought about that.
Really?
No, I
So
remember
the
it.
red circle,
You're a
Maine.
Carlton guy, though.
Yeah. I just remember that so much. Wayne Britton was the coach then, Brett as well, if you
Right.
remember.
Yeah, I do.
Remember Wayne?
Yeah. I don't know Wayne, but I remember...
Is Wayne coming in?
It's not Wayne. It's not Wayne coming in, is it?
Now that would floor me. I'd be like, that guy looks familiar.
The other one we brought up last week was Piping Hot on St Kilda with. Do
When?
you remember? Yeah, Fraser Gehrig had Piping Hot.
Don't
Don't
remember.
Yeah.
remember
It's
that.
a great association between Fraser and Piping Hot, though.
What about Richmond Motorola?
Yeah. We also had L'Oreal at one stage, and we all had to get our hair...
Oh, you had to, did you? Yeah, you had to do that. They said, Brett, if you don't,
We are gonna
get
sack you,
blonde,
mate."
we're going to send you somewhere else.
So,
And you-
how many had to?
4.
Who? Let's pick
Oh,
up
yeah.
Brownie, Nathan Brown,
Yeah.
Brett Delidio,
yeah, Ben Nason.
Mark Coughlin.
Richo,
Big Ricky was out of
Stephen
that.
Gee.
Hey, can I say, actually, I've got to talk about Richo. He's absolutely cut my grass. So,
Oh,
you
no.
know, last year you would have watched the AFL app. I was on the AFL app. It was
Yeah.
Friday
Oh,
knockoffs.
yes.
Brett,
Pepper Jack.
You would have seen Pepper Jack.
Yeah.
I was their man for the last 2 years.
Are you back on this year?
Oh, it was a great show. I
You got
thought,
sacked?
I was rocking up on Friday to go in there, and I was just about to.
It was pre-recorded by
yeah,
looks.
Yep, it was. But I used to go up there. I was just waiting out the front of AFL House. Got the message. Sorry, mate, not needed this year. Shows nothing about the show. I thought maybe the poor Pepper Jack, they might not been getting any partners. Couldn't go again.
I
Go
think
onto the
Treasury
app because
won.
I'm on there every day. Richo,
Oh, he's doing the show.
he's doing the show
With Big BT.
where I once stood.
What's it called?
I think it's the same name.
Knockoffs with Dyl.
Knockoffs with Richo.
with Dyl with one strike through
I
it. and it
couldn't
just says
believe
Richo.
that. I thought Richo had more. We've obviously sat down there before. We break bread over, obviously the Richmond ties that you and I have together.
But the media is like that, though, isn't it? It's
a bit fickle.
It's like as a player, at least like we've all, or you and I have been.
I'd never do
delisted.
that to
Brett
him.
doesn't know.
I'd
how it
never
works.
do that to him.
But you get brought into the room, and at least they kind of go through the process.
Yeah.
Look, you're not no longer required. This is why. Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
the
none of
media
that.
is very much just like they're sitting there hoping you forget.
I didn't. I was waiting in the cafe, and I just see Richo walk through.
Yeah.
And I was like,
That can't
did
be
you
true.
want me to come in? And they're like, Richo's just going to do this week.
Yeah.
And then
You were good. You were good. That one.
better for the run in the legs, though, wasn't it? Like, it was.
Anyway.
It's good to get the reps.
You had You had a tough run.
Oh, mate, I don't let these things bother me. Just in and out.
Yeah.
I'd like to think I outgrew the show. Anyway, it only hurts a little bit. What'd you take from the weekend, boys? Anything there? Hey, I got a question for you blokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who else is on the top of my list?
Are they
Luke
give their
Beveridge.
hands?
Luke Beveridge.
Oh, what's he done?
We can give the hands. That's a good segment. Let's go.
I've got to give the hands as well. Ace Cordy.
Yes, he definitely.
Fuck me.
Keep the hands.
Sorry, is it Ace Cordy or is it
Zane.
Zane Cordy? Sorry.
Ace Cordy down at he actually plays in the VAFA.
He's a good player and
Still
a good
give it-
bloke. No, he's a good bloke.
But still needs to give the hands.
Definitely, but he's a good guy. I actually met him at the induction camp, the AFLPA.
Yeah.
He's a doctor or a
They're,
lawyer?
they're a smart family. The
Cuddy,
Cordys.
yeah, he's smart.
I saw Zane Cordy on a Bucks party, I reckon, 4 weeks ago. I was just having a quiet
Giving the
afternoon.
cans, was he? Giving the,
He
giving the
was
cans.
giving the cans.
yeah.
Yeah, if you need.
Yeah, he might need to stop ripping 45s, I reckon.
Have you got to give the hands? Jump in and give the hands.
Yeah, give the hands.
No, I haven't at the moment, but I did the game yesterday, the Richmond Port Adelaide game, so I'll come up with one. From
You know what that game reminds me of? Matt White.
Well, he was a homecoming hero.
Yeah, I heard that on the
What do you
radio.
mean?
Well, they have.
He wasn't going around in the Hilux.
No,
was he?
no. They just have this guy, an old former Tiger, come and kick a goal before the game starts, and then you go around and you go to the president's function. It's nice. I did it last year. Took my girls out.
I
on
thought
the
you would have.
Of course you would have.
Yeah. Took my
Who
gi-
else was out there? Ben Nason doing homecoming?
Are we getting Naso on or something?
Oh,
Is this,
I bloody hope so.
have you hijacked my special guest?
I
and
bloody
you're
hope
bringing him
so.
in?
Yeah, that was a good game.
Give the hands.
Give the hand.
So
yeah.
you've gone. Who'd you go?
I went
Zane Cordy.
Dane Cordy.
I can have, who played?
Can you give one from your own team?
No, I can't give one from my own team. No, we've got some. We've got.
Oh, you've got a
groups.
couple down, but I think you've already named a few. Give their hands.
Yeah,
At North?
I missed the game this week.
at North.
You guys aren't doing just the forward handballs out of back 50 now, are you?
We've got a few give the hands, but we've then still got to work on our hands.
Yeah. Okay. yeah. Fair enough.
And we're doing that. Don't
No,
worry,
yeah,
my
don't worry
boys.
about that. We love that.
Yeah.
Hey, not a bad game from you boys on the weekend.
Um,
you were in it till.
Yeah, it was.
We're never happy
Up
with
till half-time.
losses. We're
Yeah.
never happy with losses.
Well,
But
you know,
there's-
it's probably reflective of the journey we're on. Like the 30 minutes we had was 30 minutes the Dockers had in the third quarter was really good, but equally, yeah, we let ourselves down a little bit. But
Is that the spin? Is it?
Well, the spin. I just read the media notes on the way in. If you didn't see the game, Dyl, Brett, did you see much of it? Should have been further up at halftime. Like we had real control
Yeah,
of
you
the
did.
game. I think doubled their inside 50s.
Missed a few
little
set
bit of
shots in the
conversion.
second.
There was a lot of 12-point swings in the game. You know, the
can't have them. I know you can't have those.
I know we're talking seriously.
You actually
look
can't
at-
have those though. They actually suck.
Yeah, you miss one end, and
Go straight
then
down.
they go
Straight
down
down.
the other end, or just a critical contest where if we win that critical contest, we score.
Yep.
They win it, and then they go through us. So, some good signs. Well, we butter up really quickly. Good Friday.
Who you got on Good Friday?
Who do you follow?
You got the Blues. Yes, it's gonna be a good game.
Are they bringing back the main sponsorship?
I don't think they will. No, they don't.
They got the light
will.
blue jersey.
They've got the what do they got? The light blue. No,
That's
He's right off
never,
of them.
that's never come back. No, maybe it's the yellow.
that was nice. The light blue. I like that.
Is
I like
he
the yellow
Scotland
one
playing?
too. He's Scotland's a good friend of mine. Gave me some good feedback.
Tommy
once.
Power was good for you guys.
He was. Yeah, Tom's been. Probably one of our better players for the.
Oh god!
first-
Before this person comes in, I want to say one thing.
Yeah.
And I hope it's not him who's out there, but Luke Beveridge. I was going to talk about Luke Beveridge. What the fuck is going on there?
Okay, so if it is him,
Caleb Daniel is the best kick in the AFL. Get him back in the team.
Well,
That's
they
all
won,
I've got to say.
They won comfortably.
All right, Brett, you intro this. Oh, God.
Well, boys, I don't think this guy needs too much of an introduction. I think- Hey?
Bit disappointed it's not Richard.
Yeah, it's not going to be Richo, but a great of the game. Yeah.
Great, like Hall of Fame?
Loved his time. I'm not sure if he's Hall of Fame. Maybe.
Hall of
Maybe,
Fame.
maybe at his club. But yeah, good times on and off the field, and yeah, got some good stories. So
I feel sick.
you're
I
nervous.
feel sick.
What are you nervous for?
I don't know.
I reckon as soon as you see this person walk in,
No,
you'll...
I'll be wrapped, but it's just
Yeah.
that like anticipation of when they come in.
Yeah.
And it's just.
But when I rang him and I said, "Will you come on?"
And he knew about it.
You go, yeah, he knows about it. Yeah, he was absolutely.
Oh my God, they're running 10 late.
Oh, is that right? No,
Hey,
that's
can we go back to you asked me about Tom Powell?
Yeah.
Yeah, played well. What we see here with players in the AFL, remarkably, players that do the work,
Yeah.
and get rewards. It's good to see something like that coming through.
You know
He's
what?
doing the work, and
He
it's
is
starting to come through.
Thank you. But with Tom Powell, what I've loved about him is when you're at a club that's building, you can often just give a lot of guys opportunities. Or I feel like he's had, the injuries, still sort of making his way in. He's had to still do it actually quite a harder way.
Yeah, 4th year. And 3rd or 4th year, the honeymoon's over, isn't it? At the level, it's time to get going.
The school excursion. You're off
school.
that. You're not looking at the sites and all the good players.
Yeah. And then a bit of career mortality can come into it a little bit. It's like, well, after 3 or 4 years, you're either up to the level or you're not. And we've got a few around that level at the moment at North, so which is good. So Tom's one that's starting to shine through. Got a 2-year contract last year. Good boy. Nice. Clarker calls him Milky because he drinks milk.
Oh. He's good with the nicknames, Clarko, as we know. He's
got some rippers.
Have you got one yet?
He started calling me sausages.
We need to talk about that in a second.
I'm not even going to say the nickname he's given me because...
What is it? No, go on.
The sausages thing's just...
What is his nickname?
I just had that moment. I was feeling good about myself.
Yeah.
And
what is it?
And you brought up the sausages thing and that photo that I know is going to go out at some stage.
It's going out. Don't worry about that.
It's bullshit that someone's taking photos of me
that is
at the barber.
So last week, Mick obviously was away. 2 weeks away. He was away. And I got a message. I have people everywhere, especially in the western suburbs. I'm big in the western suburbs. So I have people everywhere, as I said, big in the western suburbs. I think they love you in the western suburbs. Not as much as me, but I'm
more east than
you're east. But I'm north and west.
That reminds me.
Anyway, so I get this message about, he goes, I've just seen your mate getting a bag of sausages. And I was like, what do you mean? He goes... Mate, I'm at the barber shop and Mick Barlow's getting his hair done. And I was like, oh, this is fantastic. I'm like, you've got to get a video for me. So as I play it, as you can see, he's just getting the cape on.
My man,
he's getting the cape on.
He's so good. You know how barbers sometimes make you feel so good? They go, looking good, my man. Like, like, what do you want today?
Yeah,
like,
he loved you?
Yeah, he loves me.
So he's getting in and he goes, he's getting the fade. I was like, mate, that's fantastic. He goes, gee whiz, you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it. He goes, he's just... He's not only getting a haircut, he's getting the noses trimmed as well. He's got 2 earbuds up his nose, getting them waxed at the barber shop. So
the boy from Chef.
What do you do there? Like when you're there, obviously you're a big coach, you're a big influencer on Footy and Friends now. You're sitting in a place and he goes, I'll shove these up your nose. Do you think, what if someone walks in,
These dickwads that were around me getting their haircut done, getting ready for their wedding, talking about the men's gallery, if their better halves are listening, that's where they were the night before.
Good.
They were getting all the nooks and crannies done.
So they get the wax on the face as well. Yeah,
and I was like, just shove those 2 buds up me beak, because I've got quite a big beak. I don't know if you've noticed.
Can hardly notice it.
And sometimes just some things can obstruct, so I just wanted to clear.
It's not bad. I've thought about it.
I've actually done it before.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Did you have to for L'Oreal, or was it just...
Yeah, no, it was part of the contract.
Yeah.
It is. It makes you feel so much better up the Nossie.
And
I
now,
might go out there.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Where is it, in Werribee?
No, that's in Williamstown. But
Williamstown.
I coach where I don't live that close to.
No, I know, but you have an alliance with Werribee.
I do.
Yeah, of course.
How's the Werribee car going?
Mate, we haven't had a spotting of the car lately. They might have had a buy on the weekend. I think
they had their first game of the year.
Nice. Where was it?
Down at
Geelong. They won.
We're down at Geelong. No one sent it
Brett's
in.
man.
Big Connor played. Yeah.
Did he? How'd he go?
14. Played down back and a little bit on the wing.
That's his number. How'd he go?
A little bit of feedback there from Brett, because how'd he go? It didn't say well.
Yeah. Well, he's no good.
I don't know. I haven't seen the game. Okay. Couldn't tell.
You know what? He's a 350 game
Before
pluser.
Brett's friend comes on.
Hey, did Butsy play on the weekend?
Who?
Your boy from Adelaide?
Butsy.
Hugh Bond.
Hugh Bond? Did he play on the weekend?
No.
Okay.
Dyl.
Butsy.
Not sure what
Dylan.
that was talking about.
I just got to find something.
Oh, I got to tell you boys something.
Yeah, you go.
What are we doing in a couple of weeks' time?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think I know where you're going.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to watch Big Lidsey play a game of football.
We're going to Tongala.
Yeah, we are.
We are going. How do we get up there, Brett? Is it a private
America,
jet or what do we find?
Yeah,
up
helicopter.
Helicopter.
Tony Numurka.
I think it's Tony Numurka.
Because
It's
I
a
don't
big
do.
clash. Like, who's wearing what jumper? Because
I
they're both
don't
the
know.
Blues, aren't they?
Yeah, well, it's our home game, so I'd assume that we're in the Navy.
Do we fly up or how are we getting up there?
Nah, you got a
Heady.
vehicle. You got a Mazda.
Are we getting driven?
Nah, you've got the Mazda, mate.
That's
With
true.
you
I've
got the
got the Mazda
snorkel,
BT50
just in
from
case it
South
rains
Marine.
up there.
Yeah.
So,
Oh God.
is this where we're going, Dyl?
I don't even know what that. What's that one?
Oh,
I haven't
well,
read that
you and
one.
I were DM'd on Instagram. I accepted it. You mustn't have accepted it.
I've missed that one.
Okay, so anyway, Brett's going up to play for Tongala.
Yeah.
Correct.
We love them.
Yeah.
The Blues.
And you have a good allegiance, a growing up allegiance with Tongala, yeah?
Brother-in-law is the coach.
Brother-in-law's a coach. My dad's going to be on the bench, and brother's going to come and
But
play
you've
as
got a
well.
long-standing connection with the club.
No, yeah, well, we're fierce rivals essentially.
Yeah.
I was Kai Abram, their
Yeah,
Tongala.
So
well,
you've done the
this is
Carlton
where-
to Collingwood type.
This is where
Yeah.
Richmond Wires got
I made
crossed,
my
right?
debut against Tongala on that ground.
When you get asked to go back to
15.
your junior club, Dylan.
They never
and
called, but yeah.
But if they did.
Yep.
Which is, it's like North
Fitzroy.
Fitzroy's. If they rang up and said, Dylan, we'd love you to come back and just put into the community for however long, no fee negotiable because there's no fee because you wouldn't ask for one.
Oh no.
Yeah. So anyway,
I'll pay them.
we've got an Instagram DM from Michael Tricarico. He's got a story about lids. He goes, I wanted you guys just to verify this with Brett on Footy and Friends.
Oh, no.
So let's just get some verifications.
Oh no.
He goes, think it will be hilarious content. We'll be the judge of that.
We'll
after
be the
this one.
judge of that, mate. No, that's that's my
Now,
role.
Brett, there's a big rumour around Notre Dame College, which is in Shepparton.
Yeah.
That's in bloody Boston, isn't it?
Well, no, it's in Shepparton. Shut up.
Okay.
That Kai Abram asked Brett to come back for a sportsman's night. These kind of names were going back for the sportsman's night. Gary Lyon.
Nick Holman.
Nick wasn't going.
Okay.
Um,
Sam Sheldon.
Felice Arena, who's Specky McGee.
That's
From
Gary
Kai.
Lyons.
He wrote the book
Maybe
with
the
Gaz.
author.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So they were all going back.
I've read
All
the book.
Kai and all Kai people just going back to give back to the community.
Mm-hmm.
Lids was asked, and his response, pretty bluntly to the club, was,
Yeah,
"I owe this club nothing."
Oh, that's a fair shout. I don't think so.
I can't see our man saying something like that.
Well, that is verbatim.
That's defamatory.
Yeah.
So anyway, Michael Tricarico's gone down.
You might have wanted to check that with me before, just putting that out there to the Footy and Friends scene.
Well, the power's in the edit,
He
Brett.
validated-
The power's in the edit.
He validated saying he played most of his junior footy. He was playing at the
And
Bush Rangers, obviously.
And he would have played some good football there.
Yeah, good. And he went back and played a couple of games at Kai.
I played 10
But he responded
total.
to the request saying he owes the club nothing.
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think
Have you
That's
ever
true.
gone back and done...
I've never been asked.
Never
to be
been
completely
asked.
honest with you.
Maybe
I've
they
been
were
asked-
asking Ben Nason and it wasn't Brett.
They tried to get me to come back and play couple of years ago, and I just said, "Oh, look, I'm completely done with footy." But I've always been trying to play with my brother-in-law and my brother, but COVID came through, and we're going to play at another small little country town called Gagari, which is just out of there. But COVID wrecked all of that. So
Gary Lyon.
Now we've finally got our opportunity. That wasn't bad.
That was so bad. I don't know why.
Gary Lyon. You got to stutter.
So it's happening, though. A few weeks, isn't it?
Yeah, we're getting.
But I'll refute that.
Okay.
That I
Michael-
said I owe this club nothing.
Michael Didary? Michael, what was it?
Well, come again?
Michael's getting sued
Yeah.
from our people. If
I
he
know.
speaks negatively about my man, that's
Yeah.
false.
And
False accusations.
he's put verbatim to it. So he can't even... Hasn't got any wriggle room on it.
Back to the main point, though, around that is we are going to Tongala.
Yep.
April 13th.
That's it.
I've got it in the calendar. We're heading up there. I thought we were getting flown up, but apparently we're driving. So I'll
And we're
pick you
driving
up.
separately.
Okay. We'll at least go.
No, actually, I'll pick you up because I would be coming from I'd have to.
And you're in a Mazda too, aren't you?
I am.
Fantastic. Well,
Ringwood Mazda.
I'm in South Marine, so
Yeah.
a lot better. But yeah. We'll get up there. We're doing a little. Going to go watch you play, Brett.
Oh, yeah?
I'm going to come
out
goals
early?
and go.
Are we going up early? Is there a
Oh.
stream?
No, I'm not
No,
sure.
I'll go catch the last half for sure.
Yeah, you want to be careful though, because I noticed for the first time when we went to our good friends at JD Sports, people walking past like, "That's Dyl Buckley," and they started to film it.
Did they?
This guy's a rock star
Oh,
now.
no, it's
so
quite-
you will
big
get
in
mobbed.
Tongala.
You'll get
Big in
mobbed.
Tongala.
Don't wear the clubby sports hat up there, mate, because you're iconic.
I'm all about the community and all about rural communities, so I'm looking forward to getting back up there.
You
We're
might
doing
want
a
to put
little.
the goggles and fake mustache on, mate. And just,
We're doing a little. We have never done this before. We're actually going to go to a little sporty up there, aren't we? Which is exciting. So
they're excited up there too. Trust me.
Yeah.
My
What sort of stories are we
I'm waiting
thinking?
for tickets to go on reduced price. That means they would.
I think they've sold out, haven't they?
The town hall, mate. She's going to be.
We're at the
pumping.
town hall. We're not even at the footy oval.
The town hall?
Yeah.
Jesus, Brett! I thought it was a footy club thing. What the fuck? The town hall?
We've gone big.
Half of Tongala's going to get out there. My
This is
God.
bigger than Harley Reid, mate. This show
Well,
coming.
you know, Harley Reid actually messaged me.
Did he?
I'm not joking. Within a second of us, you telling
Announce
me
it.
about it,
Yeah.
he messaged me about, heard you going to Tongala.
Yeah.
So it must be a very...
It's not a big
close-knit.
town. Tony's not a big place. So
they got big hearts.
they do, mate. Yeah. Deep pockets.
Anyways, this guest rocking up, Brett, or we...
I don't know. Well, yeah.
God.
Do you want to review any of the games played?
Do we have to?
How'd you find the Sunday 6:50 slot?
I actually watched that
What do
with
you
the
think?
Giants and West
Giants
Coast.
are so good. They're
So
a very good
good,
side.
How quick are they?
Oh, mate, they are. Like, everyone's kind of going out and putting, not the mockers, but it's pretty bleak for West Coast. But on the other side of the coin, the Giants are so slick.
Yeah.
Remember we used to, or everyone used to talk about, the orange tsunami, and it was just handball, and away they go. Like back in 2016 when they made the prelim, I feel like they've taken that orange tsunami to a new level because they've got smaller players with more speed that actually tackle and chase in their front end. Bedford, Daniels.
Have you got a pearler of the week yet? No. Can I lead you in with one?
Oh, yeah.
A pearler of the week. Like I know it's not mine.
No, it's not. It's a group show.
It's kind of I just took a photo of his stats last night, which were unbelievable. Now this guy who plays for the Giants would definitely get asked for ID anywhere he goes. Harvey Thomas.
Yeah, he just started. 28, number 28.
Yeah, number 28.
Yeah.
He had 21 possessions, kicked 1 goal, 2.
Shit.
8 tackles.
Whoa.
And he looks like a player, and the Giants are that good. They look like a team that can actually just plonk a kid from the stand and say, mate, you want to come out and have a crack? We're one short.
you want a
No,
raffle?
literally. 'Cause
He killed it.
I didn't see much. I didn't know much about him because he must be a first-year player this
Yeah,
year.
he just got drafted last year.
And
Out
not
of the
what,
academy.
out of the academy.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
He was down at Caulfield Grammar, I reckon.
There you go. That's
So
crazy.
where's he from?
It's in Canberra.
Yeah.
Wagga.
Wagga. Yeah, probably from Wagga.
Probably around there somewhere. No, the Giants are incredible. And they've still got Darcy Jones to come back in as well, who is my boy for the whole year. I think he's going to be an absolute star. I think he is a little bit injured at
I've
the
got
moment.
mine.
Well, I reckon Harvey Thomas is.
a
Jones
pearler.
playing in the twos, but Harvey Thomas has got that spot for them for now. He's going really well. Where's he from? You go, Brett. Who's your pearler of the week?
I'm going to go right back to Thursday night. And I reckon we were talking about this guy on Friday when we were at our good friends JD's. Nasai Wanganeen Malira.
Yeah.
He's got the license. Who had the license when you were under Ross? Nat, obviously.
Yeah. Fife's ball.
Yeah.
Stephen Hill.
Stephen Hill.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, of course. He loved Hill.
But what-
Similar,
Ross
similar
loved-
move as that long stride as
Yeah.
well. I loved him.
Loved Hilly.
Give
I
him
love
the ball.
Wanganeen Malira. I also was
Mitch Owens. Oh, one of my favourites.
incredibly impressed by Liam Henry. Now, I know he's out for like 6 to 8 weeks with that hemi, but you'd have to, again, I didn't see a lot of Fremantle play last year, and I knew he was a high pick, but it seems like he's taken his game to a new level. Like that goal at the going into the last quarter, first sort of clearance, I think.
Running
it was
around, a little handball
Windhager
receive.
to Jack Steele, bombed it in. Ben King owned the space, dropped it down, bang, straight. I was like, fuck, they look on.
And then could have kicked another one too.
Yeah.
Snap from out on the other
Yeah.
boundary.
I had one more that I'd want to talk about in that game. Windhager.
Oh, yeah.
Mate, he is a star. He's a star. I'm going there. He's a fucking star.
I think he'll be a star.
I think
But
He'll be a star by next week.
He did some really good things.
How good does he
He's
look
now
in the
to-
two?
He's nearly like he's got to make it hard for Brad Crash to get back in that side,
Yes.
isn't he? Because
Yeah.
that's the spot.
How good's he look in the two?
Well, I
looks
think,
good too.
it's going on the two, I think because they rate him so highly and what he can become,
Yeah.
going down your star line,
Yeah.
I think that's why they've given him the number 2. So they obviously, internally, he is highly rated.
Yeah.
Two-way runner, gets after it.
And I was away 2 weeks ago whenever we last did the pod.
Yeah.
And Mitch Cleary sat in. A few things to cover off there, actually. Mitch was great.
Oh, yeah.
But like 20 after the first 20 minutes, you gave him 20 minutes and got all the the news that someone's signing a contract and all he's interested in him, and then you two just shuffled him to the side.
There's only so much the newsbreakers can fit in
Yeah.
with two legends of the game. It's hard to hold your own in that.
If you've got something to say,
Say
chime
it.
in.
and then
Say
you
it.
went on an absolute star montage. I was listening on the plane trip to Sydney, and it was like Dyl Buckley talking about this play star.
Starting to get my nerves up again because I know that this person's close.
Can I just mention one? I watched this game really closely yesterday. Richmond Port. Zach Butters. I know he's going to be a good player. He is star.
Yeah, he's a good player.
So he's. I know you boys aren't coming over to Gather Round when we're there doing the live show, but Zach Butters is coming on to Gather Round live show.
Where are you doing it?
The Space Theatre.
Oh yeah.
Not at the Tongala Town Hall.
Well, it is. It's not the Tongala Town Hall, but we got 350. I think there's like 10 tickets left.
All right.
Hey, Brett, when the guest is on his way, but hey, this weekend, this Thursday, Brisbane Collingwood.
Oh, I know. How much is on the line?
Yeah.
I feel sick.
How much is on the line for that game? Yeah, up there too. So
Dill's checked out. He's completely checked out.
He doesn't know, but mate, you'll feel at ease.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah. Hey, how good though with Am I looking a little bit like an oracle
Swollen.
at the moment?
Swollen.
I know I'm looking swollen, but what about the Brisbane call of not making the top 8?
Mate,
They've played 2
the Oracle.
games or 3.
No, I know, but if they lose against Pies,
They win
0.
their 1 and 2.
Oh, mate, here he comes.
fuck, mate. I don't know why I feel so fucking nervous about this.
Nah, mate.
Did he give the hands?
No, he's not give the hands.
Good player. So no Ruckman.
It's
Yeah.
Dawson Simpson.
He's given the hands.
No.
He's a good ball user though.
Was he?
No.
I love Dawson.
He's very. He got some great stories, this bloke, and we'll have a laugh. But I want to ask him about a few of the old times, and what he's seen out of
So this is half Brett's,
his team.
Brett's audition for what was the wine show that you formerly did?
Pepper Jack.
Yeah.
Oh,
What was it called?
Friday Knockoffs.
Friday Knockoffs with Dyl.
You know what it's called, mate. It's a good show.
This might be Brett's audition for next year.
The guests that I can bring in and see how it goes. Nah, it'll be interesting, mate. Well,
I don't know why I'm getting so nervous about it. It's just the anticipation.
yeah.
When do we spin the pen for the next episode?
Straight after.
Straight after.
I'm obviously
Yeah,
out.
you
Maybe
and
we
me.
just flip a coin. Does anyone have coins anymore?
No, I never. I went to the supermarket the other day. I was getting a trolley. I was like, how the fuck do I get a trolley? I don't have a coin.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
I can hear footsteps.
Yeah. Dill's so nervous.
So they're heavy footsteps.
Yeah.
Not monkeys.
Oh, imagine bringing Big Monkey
I told
in.
Monkey about this, and he didn't fully grasp the concept of a podcast.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What do you mean a podcast?
Was he liking it though? He actually knows.
No, not one bit.
Okay.
Not interested.
Jim, what are you doing? Definitely give the hands. Definitely give the hands.
What do you want, the Matocki ham?
Well, he's coming to music.
I'm not even drinking.
What's that?
That's the ringtone.
They were heavy footsteps, weren't they?
They were.
Who's ringing, Jim?
Fucking bloke, I didn't want to.
There you go.
Yeah. I told you you'd be at ease after the...
He's been on the show before.
yeah, but not as a guest
Which
on
one's
Footy
this
and
one?
Friends.
That's true.
What's this show?
Yeah.
Fucking too many shows.
What do you got
mate?
for us,
Mate,
Jim?
doing well. You got a game.
Yeah. Oh, mate, we were just
Doing
talking
well,
about
mate.
that.
We're going up to
Go on, mate.
Tongala.
Yeah.
Tongala. Oh, fuck, I'll tell you a story about that one day.
Well, we're ready
Put the
now.
talk into the mic.
Tongala. I can't tell you what happened there.
Why?
I got in a fight at the Chuka Trots.
Did you?
Had to walk all the way home to Tongala.
From Echuca?
Yeah.
Jeepers.
How far is
That'd
that?
be 20-minute drive at least, and then...
20-something K, you know?
Yeah.
We're on the pod now, by the way.
Right, it was a long walk. The bloke wouldn't pick his phone up and...
Well, this was just recently.
No, when I was a kid. I've still got the lip here and the bloke belted me. He only got one in, I'll give it to him after that. Kinged me.
How old are you?
17. I was living with Peter Bergen out there.
Where in?
Tongala, he had a farm out there.
There's this shit I find out every day. I'm like, it just doesn't surprise me.
He had a farm out there and he wouldn't pick the phone up.
Tell the boys the story of when you used to drive. How old were you into Carlton? 15, 16?
16.
And you used to drive the car.
Where? To Kyneton?
No, yeah, you used to drive from. You had a car but no license, and you didn't want to tell Nan.
So I used to drive to outskirts of Kyneton and get one of the boys to pick me up.
So drive to Melbourne from Bendigo.
My old man
But-
wasn't involved in this, was he?
No, he took me out of Kyneton many a time, your old man. Only because he liked the pasties and the soup. He's good on the tucker, your old man.
So you had a car, but you didn't want to drive it actually home because you're living with Nan.
No, I couldn't let her know I was driving a car at 16. Even she knew I didn't have a licence.
So what? You'd be at home. Someone would drop you to your car, then you'd drive it to Melbourne.
Yeah. Then I'd drive it back to Kyneton and someone to pick me up on the outskirts and drop me home.
So you'd do 180 k's, and they'd do 2.
Those old windy roads through Woodend, and so there's no freeways in those days.
Yeah.
You can get slippery.
Yeah.
What do you know about Shepparton? Big mix from
You
Shepparton.
got anything from Shepparton?
SPC? We used to go to the SPC
Yeah, what's get all
farm.
the fruit from up there, SPC. I know there's some nice shifty pricks up there.
Yeah,
Fruiters.
Done some fruit picking.
Yeah. They don't only pick fruit up there.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
How you been anyway, mate? Going
Good,
well?
yeah, good.
Hey, thanks for doing the luncheon last year at...
Oh, yeah, tell us about this. That's where I have to go.
I know Dylan copped the payment for it.
I didn't know. I did not cop any payment from it. I copped a lot of pain on
And
stage.
I think this story's been told widely.
I know a few of the boys down there, yeah.
Wherever will, the MC there, Wes Cusworth, did a great job and did a lot of research on your career. And what a gloried career it is. And then the career of Dyl might have been glossed over, and he didn't get such an introduction.
Well, what do you expect?
He was a little bit awkward up there while you took the
No,
road.
he asked me about a marathon that I'd ran just recently. It was 2 years ago.
You like marathons.
No, but I do really appreciate that. That was
Well, I got the trophy covered at home. Mine's out here.
and they'll get you back this year, I'd imagine.
Payment this year, do you reckon, for Jim?
Yeah,
Because
I
he
think
did take
so.
his whole day to go up there and talk
Yeah,
to
no,
people.
we'll work
It
through
was for
that,
free.
even though I won't be negotiating
Yeah.
with it.
Dad, take us back. What's your favourite story to tell?
Oh, probably, we're over in London.
Oh, yeah.
And
Actually, you're speaking about...
Kung Fu.
No, you're speaking about
Clark
Mick's at Clark.
was
Mick's
Clarko
at
involved in
North
this?
now. It's Clark is his boss.
Oh, Clarko.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was another one over there.
Oh, the
we went
painting.
over 3 years in a row. You know,
Yeah.
it started off all right. Then North Melbourne caused havoc over there. We didn't want to fight. We just won the premiership. We didn't care who won the game because the winner went on to Canada to play in the final. And
So this is pre-season stuff. Yeah,
this is this stupid Foster's Cup we had going. And we went over a bit early because I was working with the brewery. I think the boys know all this story, but it goes on and on and on. And it was Jack Elliott's favourite story. One was when I put the paint on, and he didn't really know that I got on the piss for 4 days with David Carradine in the Mayfair Hotel.
So
And
David Carradine, Philip, that's the
David
guy from-
Carradine was a very interesting person in the sense that he had the show on television called Kung Fu. I can remember as a kid I used to run home from school to watch Kung Fu. He's the first sort of karate expert.
You know the
before
bloke
Bruce Lee.
from Kill Bill?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Kill Bill. Yeah, he actually passed away in a similar way to Michael Hutchin.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
He was...
Yeah.
Whatever they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we kept in contact, but we sort of palled up at the Mayfair Hotel. There's only a small little bar there, and we spent 3 to 4 days together, and it was a very, very hard 3 or 4 days. I'll tell you one thing, he wasn't walking on rice paper. That was one of his tricks. He wasn't walking on rice paper when I left him.
He's a bit wobbly.
A bit wobbly, but yeah. But we become good mates, and I remember when I was coaching Ballarat when I left Carlton, and I told all the guys from Ballarat that I knew David Carradine, and they said, oh, bullshit, you don't. So I pulled out the old briefcase and pulled his number out and rang him up on the old phone and put him onto him, and they fell on the floor. But
That's great.
When are you going to go back to LA with him?
Yeah, when we left London to go to LA, when I got to the Radisson Hotel there was a car, brand new Mercedes 350 SEL, and a key to his condominium at home, and because he'd gone down to Barcelona to do one of those slow talking spaghetti movies, you know, your mouth moves and your words come out 3 minutes later, low key ones. But he's a wonderful bloke and really kind person, and I got on great with him. Yeah.
What about you were saying before about John Elliott with the painting? So what was your role? You were working at the time at CUB.
Yeah.
What were you doing besides
Well,
drinking all the beers?
No, I was a merchandiser and painting. My job was painting signs, and I painted every pub in Melbourne. And they didn't have to pay in those days. You know, paint a pub now is $100, $200, $500,000.
Yeah.
So CUB would paint all the pubs and look after the guys, and not like they do today. They give them stuff all. But my job in that situation was when we're fosterising Australia, when we had the Grand Prix, was to go over, and John wanted to put a sign on the ground to lift the Fosters, because we just bought Curry's Breweries too. It's another 3,000 pubs. So Percy Jones, myself, and a couple of other guys went over there, and Tom McDonald from CEB went over there and promoted the game. And my main mission was to get this sign on the ground. You know, the big one they have on grand final day.
Yeah.
So I'd spoken to the girl at Courage. You've got to understand, there's never ever been any signage on a ground over there. It was sacrilege to have any signage on any of the cricket grounds. But John gave Prince Charles at the time a substantial amount of money, and he said, "Do what you want." That's how it works those days. Probably worse now. But in saying that, I had to make sure that the stencil was right over there, and I told the girls about the water-based paint. We know what we're doing over here. And, well, they haven't done. They didn't know. They reiterated to me they were right, but they weren't. Anyway, so we sort of got away over there. There's a bit of, we wanted to try a few pubs.
Yeah.
And the punt come into it. You know, there's a lot of race meetings over there, and sort of the time got away. So I better get down and see how this sign's going. Anyway, the sign wasn't looking too good when I got there. A bit sick and sad and sorry, and so I rushed down to. I had to make a corporate decision. Run down to Dulux and took 4 trucks down. All the guys. I'm going to match the paints because we're very colour conscious due to the fact we owned the Grand Prix and it was beaming around the world. And I had to impress Jack because I told him I'd get it right for him. So we got reds, the whites, the blue and the yellow. I matched them up and went back, and I got mine as that so they could work at night because I got a letter to say this actual telegram to say Elliot Bartell's coming in a day early. I said, Jesus, I'm in a bit of trouble here. So we worked all night. Oh, they did anyway. We sat in the stand, watched them, and they brushed it on. And anyway, it come up the next day and looked magnificent. Haven't you heard this one, Dyl?
No, I haven't. No.
Oh, geez. Anyway, so the start of the game, when they run out, there's all the poms are bluing about the signage on the ground and that. And I took John up before the game. I said, "Have a look at this." I said, "I've been working on this all week." He said, "Jesus, Jimmy," he said, "You've done a good job." He said, "That's better than the one on the MCG." He said, I said, "Well, you wouldn't believe the time I put into it," which is not much at all. Anyway, when the game started, anyone who fell on it stuck to them. They're rubbing it. It was irritating. They can't get it off. It was on their boots, and you know the beautiful English cricket grounds all got carpet up because they're only small and beautifully matured, and it stuck to the carpet. It stuck to everything they touched, and the blokes are yelling and screaming at half time, trying to get phenyl to get it off and all this, and turpentine was sticking to everyone. What happened? I put full gloss on the ground. All the jumpers, shorts, everything was knackered.
Yeah, right.
The whole ground was... Anyway, but long story short, they got their mileage out of it because when India played England in a test match 6 months later, it was still there.
You mentioned Percy Jones just there in it. Now, was his nickname, correct me if I'm wrong, was that Wow?
No, that was Wow.
Wow's from WA.
Oh, Wow's
Wow.
W.
No, Wow Jones was from... He played at Castlemaine.
Yeah.
And he...
But explain to the listeners why his nickname was Wow.
Oh, well, I haven't seen that that myth.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No.
Oh, that's just what Dad told me. So this guy's apparently got 2 W's on either arse cheek.
What's your dad looking that for?
You just saw it in the showers.
What's he doing there, Brett?
Well, everyone used to shower nude back in the day. Unlike you and your Speedos.
Oh, please don't.
Yeah, the Wow, that's apparently what's happened there, but
You don't know?
it was all,
Before
when I
your
was there, it was
time.
very foggy in the shower.
Yeah, it was.
Take us back to this is one that I always amazed about. When 16 years old, playing for Kyneton and used to play against the prisons.
Yeah, they used to let them out of Castlemaine Jail on a Saturday to play in the Bendigo League. And don't worry about that. There's some handy footballers that are pretty handy at other things too. And we didn't know who was coming out or what, or who were they going to let play those days. But, you know, a lot of players have, good players have sort of fell short of having a little spell in there. And I remember one day we were playing at South Bendigo, and it was a final, and I kicked 4 goals in the first quarter. And the bloke said, "You kick one more goal." He said, "I'm going to have you knocked or something." Something similar to that.
And you're 16.
Yeah, 16. No, it was 15. I was 15. And at half time, I found out he was a murderer. I said, "Geez, I better go quiet on this bloke." So. In later years, I found out who he was, and that, and you know, I did a bit of research, and that he was pretty dangerous.
It was Chopper.
No, Chopper. No, I wouldn't worry about Chopper. But he was a pretty dangerous guy. But And a lot of them come out and
Yeah.
they were dangerous. You know, they could play and they were fit because they were locked up all day.
I've got a question around your son here. Again, the 41 games across 2 clubs.
Good
2 clubs?
2 clubs, yeah.
2 clubs. One. Did you play for the Giants?
I played 2 games.
2 games. 2 games.
Good needful games. Didn't we together?
How do you go with? Again, you've had your own career, but the nerves and anxieties, if there were any, watching Dyl go about it, and in particular, some coaching. You know, Mick Malthouse, quite a stern operator. How do you find his influence on your son's career?
Yeah, well, first of all, you know, you're nervous as a parent. There's no doubt about that. And, you know, Dylan had a bad hit in the head down in, you might remember this, but down at Casey Fields. And, you know, we always worked on get to your feet. He was nearly passed out, and I'm saying, get to your feet, you know, under me breath, you weak prick, get up. You know, and a bloke had kneed him in the head, and it was that. I've had some scary things in my life, but that was the most scariest thing. Yeah. Going in an ambulance 180 kilometres, he was having a bit of a bleed on the back of the brain. Yeah. And that frightened the hell out of me. It had always been in the back of my mind. That's why he wore a helmet for a few times, but it was... You know, when you go in and see your son in that situation, you shit yourself. There's no doubt about that, and you worry about, as it were, playing the in that, you know, that your life's more prevalent than playing football. But no, he went on and done a massive job, and I was so proud of him. You know, like I missed his first goal he kicked, and I was out having a piss.
Was it a good goal?
Jeannie Pratt told me he kicked the goal. Yeah, but I think to this day it's probably one of the quickest goals ever kicked by a first-year player.
You see his point that he thought was a goal?
Oh,
live?
No, he could light up the room.
What an idiot.
I tell you what, he did kick a goal against Footscray that should have got goal of the game.
Yeah, that was.
He should have got goal of the day, and they didn't even put it on. I know, I was watching.
Disgusting. You know, I will say this, and I did just say this to Dad, but when I came through, everyone always asked me, like, what was it like growing up with your old man as your dad and da-da-da-da, and I never, ever felt any pressure from my parents to do anything. Like, just have fun. The one thing Dad actually would care about is if I was doing something outside of the club. Yeah. And that's actually probably set me up for the most success today. And it was always like, he didn't give a fuck what was going on in the field, as long as I tried my hardest, but it was, what am I doing to network? But I did prove him wrong, because he wanted me to be a fucking builder. And I was like, that's not for me, mate. These hands are project managing hands. And now I just get them in and I just sort of delegate.
Yeah.
But it was a great message as a parent, and I think that's a big one for a lot of kids coming through now. Like, I've played with that many blokes, and even having my own son now, I think I already feel sick about going to footy and seeing those parents just fucking, you know, just ride them, and I'm like, poor bloke or girl. Yeah. Coming through. But yeah, Mick being the coach.
Yeah, Mick Malthouse, coach.
That was probably harder on me than it was on him, to be honest.
Well, Mick and I didn't see eye to eye over a number of years. And we had numerous old occasions together. And he missed out in the 82 grand final where I snuck in. I broke my hand on the back of his head in the 82 second semi. He kinged me and I kinged him back and smashed me thumb.
You got a harder head.
Oh, I don't know about that, but I was a very lucky person to play in the 82. Only reason I played in 82, they had to play me anyway because I'm half mad. And I had a massive season. I actually won the best and fairest in 82, and I missed 6 games through glandular fever. I got that first, then a broken thumb.
Do they know what that was back then?
Oh, yeah. I knew glandular fever? Oh, that glandular fever was a shocker. But when Mick came there, you know, like, in all fairness, he gave Dylan a massive run, you know, and Robert Wiley, because they're 2 of the players I probably touched up a few times. And that, you don't worry about that. When we played footy, when you got off the ground, everything was finished. Go in the aftermatch, have a drink of the players you just played with. If you got to go to the tribunal, you got a black eye. I mean, missus threw the door at me last night or something like that. You know, now you get 2 weeks without someone telling that. Yeah. And the umpires would have a chat with you and talk a bit of bullshit with you, and that, you know, and that type of thing. But Mick was very, very good to Dylan. He was. I've spoken to him about it and since, and his wife loves Dylan, and you know, Robert Wiley's a great bloke, Robert Wiley, and I couldn't be more happy with the way they treated him.
Yeah, good. Yeah, he's assistant coach about Rob Wiley. But to give that context, I think Dad had broke his hand on Mick's head, and Rob Wiley says Dad kicked him. But
I couldn't hit him. I could have do something. It was only a little tap.
He likes the thugs back in the
hurt
day.
him.
Hey, I was watching, and we hear a lot about your AFL career, but I was watching, for some reason, I was at, I think it was the Werribee reverse raffle last year, and they had on the big screen, like the last time, Werribee were playing in a game against North Ballarat, and you were out there.
Oh, that was a Joan Kerner Cup.
Yeah. So was that post AFL career?
Yeah,
You
that
went
was
down
that,
there
that only went for 1 year. It was I think it was 1992. We'd won a premiership in 1991. We were undefeated in 1990, and the premiership teams played each other off.
Yeah.
And it was a great concept. You know, we played someone like Vermont, who hadn't been beaten for 8 years.
Yeah.
South Warrnambool had a massive run that year that we played, and we ended up getting through when we played Werribee, your guys.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, but you guys cheated, which you did, but because what happened
Was it Donald McDonald coaching?
I don't know who coached them, but we played off at the MCG. Well, none of those guys had seen the MCG, you know, half of them. And I'll be frank with you, what Werribee did was when they went out and bought 10 guys who had just been out of the AFL and promised them they're going to pick them up that year. Because the first prize was, say, 120,000, second was 80.
Yeah.
And I could have done the same. I could have got Wayne Harms, I could have got 9 players and would have kicked their ass. But I said to my guy and my committees, I said, if I do that, I said, you lose your club. You lose the guys who got you there, one. And these guys will never have the chance in the world to play on the MCG again. And that, you know, every one of those players and every official has got that whopping big photo up there. I'm not ever going to Werribee. I would have done the same thing if I had the money. We didn't have it. Oh, North Ballarat had plenty of money.
Yeah.
But in saying that, they whipped us by about 12, 14 goals or something. Actually, I played pretty good that. I think I kicked 5 goals, 8.
You kicked 5 goals, 8, and you lost by 14 goals.
Yeah. I remember Keka walking across. He said, Jesus, you're hot today, boy. And he was doing the commentating. He's come a long way since then. Now he's doing a lamb ad.
How does your I don't even know this, but how does your old man and dad know each other?
You have to get
Just
at Carlton.
Yeah. We used to bond together.
Yeah.
We used to bond together.
Bond is, in inverted commas,
I'll get on the piss on a Sunday and Saturday, and the boys used
Tattoo
to
your
live
ass
together up
cheeks
in a
with
place
W's
in
on it.
Stewart Street,
Yeah.
up in Brunswick, and I'd sort of float in there and out, and we'd go to the VFA matches on a Sunday and watch that. And his dad's a very good mate of mine. I took him out not long ago. His
he went back up to Kai to see.
I came up to Kai.
To see Dad, and he's like, "Oh, we should go down to the Blue Brick, which is one of the pubs there, no longer." He's like, "Let's go and have a sip." Dad was legless, so Mum had to come down and pick him up. Oh, good to see you, Jimmy. Thanks for this.
That's a bit like you and me, in fairness.
Well, let's go to that game, actually. There's something I want to bring up with you, Jimmy. Round 15, 2015, Carlton v Richmond, right? I'm playing pretty well that year. Like you said, you were in 82.
Yeah.
You're
me
I
favourite.
came top 10 to the BNF that year as well.
What?
I came top 10 to the BNF that year as well.
In your own fantasy, was it? Super coach. Anyway, Dylan's playing on me, and he tells everyone...
we're playing on each other.
Dylan's playing on me. He's been sent to me. He's lockdown. He's just gone to half back to try his hand.
Lockdown.
Yeah. Anyway, he tells everyone, and has told everyone for how many years now, since you've been doing this podcast.
There's a lot of stories, mate.
Yeah. That he's taken me to the square. As a half back, he's taking me to the square, and he has dominated me. Now, the proof is in the pudding, and I don't know what your recollection of this game is. You no doubt watched all of his 42.
You added one there.
Oh, did you only play 41? Sorry. I got the watch from Wayne Carey that day as being the best player on the ground.
Wayne Carey's always had things against me, though, mate.
He gave me the Tissot player of the game. But Dyl, to this day, he says that, mate, I was easily the best player on that ground, and I took you because of one mark.
That was a good mark.
One mark that you took where you ran back with a flight.
You didn't want to come back.
Well, I tried, but I couldn't get it. Yeah, that flowing locks that you
Cameron
had back
Ling
then.
said that's one of the best he's seen.
Yeah, it was. It was a one good mark for the day. Yeah, it's not an encouragement award, mate. In the AFL, you. Do you remember that day, Jim?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. How'd he go, in your opinion, if you were going to give him a mark out of 10?
Oh, look, one thing about me with games, football, is I can remember taking that mark, but I've got no recollection of it. I haven't got...
Yeah, because you wouldn't have done much else, I don't reckon.
I
haven't got anything other, but I can't, if you ask Wayne Johnson, he could tell you what time he got the kick, and
Yeah.
what time the mark was.
The
at that
Dom.
time. But
The Dom was our runner for Richmond for a few years.
I know. All the best, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All the best, Dom.
But, my recollection of all that timing and all that. But no, I was proud of him. He played some great games.
Yeah, just not that one.
No. you got the watch anyway.
Yeah, you got the watch. All
No,
right.
mate, I'm glad we've been able to nut that out. So put that one in. Let's
Yep.
clip that one up.
Yeah. Maybe see who Jim thinks is going to win the flag this year, who's his favourite players at the moment. I know
Pearls?
I think his favourite person, I almost feel that he wishes was, I know he loves me, but wishes his son was Toby.
Toby Grant.
Him and
Toby.
him and
Oh.
Toby have a good relationship.
Toby,
He doesn't deny it either. I think he's gushing. I think he's pretty.
It's great. Toby's grown into a great leader, and they're a bit lost without him. But no, Toby's a super player and a super bloke with it.
Well, we've known Toby
Yeah,
obviously
years, long time. Yeah,
through the 15. Like we used to Fitzroy versus Ashburton, used to play against each other.
Tom Mitchell,
And that was when
and what's his name?
Parents
Jack
used to
Viney.
literally
Jack
walk on the
Viney,
field
yeah.
and try and punch you on. There was that the rivalry was that bad.
Yeah.
That like it was fierce.
Some great games in those days.
Yeah, but to see when I was up in Sydney, Dad would come up, and we'd obviously we'd go out for a few beers with the boys. But since then, it's actually been cool because even him and Tobe chat quite a bit without me sort of involved, which is
I just
nice.
make sure I put him in the right direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you let
Keep him
set
on
the
the-
example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who do you reckon wins the footy?
Oh, it's too early to predict that, but the big thing of Carlton, and I'm not saying Carlton can win it, but is they won the first two games. It's a massive boost for the club in the sense of marketing and merchandising and presenting the club and going out there, go to another level. They'll break 100,000 easy this year, but if you could print a picture that they won the first two games, that's the picture you wanted. And every game's a danger because you only got to drop that big, Mick, and you only got to drop 5% and you're off.
Yep.
Like North Melbourne were 34 points up on
Freo.
on the weekend. And a few bad mistakes.
Teams are scoring so quickly at the moment.
Especially that ground down there. Someone will kick 40 goals there one day. Or they probably have already.
Yeah, there's
It
Geelong
just
beat
bang,
Richmond.
bang, 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 and there's some great young kids coming up and that. Like, geez, Jack Buckley's improved up in the GWS.
yeah.
He's a tough bastard.
Yeah.
Isn't
Yeah.
Good player. That's Ben Buckley's
Son.
he? Yeah.
son.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yeah, from North, from the
Yeah.
your club. No, Jack to star. What he's been able to do, you can say as well, Brett, but when he came in, he probably didn't look like he was going to play that much footy, and he would be the first to admit that. He was just like, I'm nowhere near it.
Yeah.
But he just found that confidence.
Come a
He's
long way.
Incredible athlete.
Yeah.
Him and Sam Taylor now playing that.
Oh, the
that
three of them, mate, and big Connor
and
Idem
Connor
as well. They're just,
But Connor wasn't a high pick either. He was like pick 60.
was he?
Yeah, he was low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They saw something in him. Speed, power. Got to have it. Mate, I want to ask you about preparation before games, and like I was massive on preparation. That was what I hung my hat on. Give me some of the things that you guys used to do prior to running out there on a Saturday afternoon, on
Make
a
sure
Friday
we
night.
quaddy on.
Tell that story actually about at Essendon with your
With Val Perovic.
Was that the one where you put on mid game?
No, that was the one with Crackers Keenan.
Yeah, that one.
We were at I had a jockey, Normie Weymouth, not a fashionable jockey, but a very good judge,
Yeah.
and used to give him a bit of help, which you're not allowed to do now.
Smile.
Anyway, he told me, he said, we're going to bet on Saturday. I said, well, mate, I'm going to be playing football. He said, well, you make sure you get to a phone. And in those days, it was only the only phone in there was a doctor's phone.
Yeah.
So I had to get the doctor and tell him a little fib, and I said, I need that number. So I got the doctor's number. I said to Bobby Larry, the runner, you be there at 2:15. We'll be on the ground. I said, you be there because Normie's ringing through. It was the second last race. Oh, no, the third last race, something like that. Anyway,
So the runner, in terms of the
my runner, or Parkin's runner, is a good friend of ours.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I told him to be there to get the phone call. And he ran out just as about to bounce the ball, and Crackers was doing his thing like a mad bull going to charge at Percy, and Percy's going, oh no, not this idiot again. He sticks his knees into me, And Bobby said, Normie said bet. I said, did he? And I yelled out, have 2,000 each way. I wasn't a bad bet in those days. I was only getting about 2,000 a year. Anyway, Crackers has yelled out, Jesus, Jimmy, what's that? What are you betting? I said, I told him anyway. He said, can I get on? I said, yeah. He said, how much do you want, Crackers? He said, 200 each way. I said, you're on, Bobby, another 200. He's running off. The next thing I hear the umpire, Glenn James, saying, can I get on? I said, this is treading down a thin line here. It's as true as I'm standing here. I said, how much you want, Glenn? I sort of called him Glenn. He said, can I get 100 each way? I said, you're on, 100 each way. Another 100 each way, Bobby. So Bobby's decked off and gone anyway. Lowry's been out and told me it's already won. The runner's been out and told me, and they on the scoreboard up there, they used to put the numbers up, and they put the wrong numbers up. And Cracker's going, it's got beaten. I said, no, it hasn't, Crackers. They've got the wrong numbers on the board. I said, it's won. I don't care who wins today. I said, I've had a good win. So I'm running down the half forward flanking, and one of those Essendon snipers has had a crack at me and gone, whack him. Just missed me, so I went whack, hit him straight on the chin. He had a bit of claret running out of him. And Glenn James went to blow the whistles. I said, blow that, you're not getting paid. He said, play on. That's true as I tell you.
That's brilliant.
That's true as I tell you.
So that was your...
It's in his book. It's in Glenn James's book.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
That's your preparation. Get the quality on.
No.
What about not form? What would you eat? Like steak and chips and have a few froths?
I used to have a steak. And, no. Look, we had a pretty fierce campaign on a bit of a run on a Monday night.
Yeah.
After training, we'd go and see a couple of discos.
Yeah.
In those days.
Yeah.
A bit of motivation.
Yeah.
Then Tuesday we'd cull down. You might have a couple Tuesday, just have a chat. Only a couple, then was lock up for the rest of the week.
Yeah.
And all that myth of going out and drinking on a Friday night, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. But
what would your pre-game meal be?
you know what I used to have? I used to have a T-bone steak on a Saturday morning.
Did you?
At 8 o'clock.
Saturday morning, 8 o'clock?
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember we were in a state game.
Yeah.
It was a sea state game, the Victorian Seaside. We're playing up in Canberra. Anyway, Bill Stevens was the coach. Bless his soul, he's passed away, Bill. But an hour before the game, they brought the meals out. Renee Kink ate 4 steaks. Now, one of them got beaten. He couldn't move. We got beaten. We got banished from the Victorian side. We got beaten by Canberra. I think Jezza was playing. Cowboy Neil kicked about 8.
Yeah.
But, that was in the A, B, C. You didn't want to get in the seaside. It was pretty ordinary.
Got parallels with the 700s. That type of setup. Everyone's getting a go.
But no, we in the setup, we went pretty, we were pretty professional and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But you get there and watch it. You always get there and watch the reserves like you guys did. And that. And in those days, there was a good reserves, Not now.
Brett never went and watched the reserves.
Brett didn't watch the reserves.
I don't worry, I got...
He didn't know where these blokes went from 23 to 44 on the list on the Saturday. So where do you boys go?
What are you doing?
You remember Adam Markon, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Brett doesn't.
Brett doesn't.
He didn't
Played with him.
Played with him. You're going to
I
remember
didn't play with him. I trained with him.
Yeah. Yeah. Very good. Very good. Dad, last bit before we finish up, because the boys got to get to training, and Mick's got to get to training. Brett's got to get to his great job at Max Sports. We love them.
Huey
Bond. Who's your favourite teammates you ever played with? If you're picking your top 3 that you to run through, go to war with, who would you pick?
And I've got one question about a player that you wouldn't rely with ball in hand to kick the ball well. They would have to handball it.
Yeah, we have to
as
give
directed.
the hand segment.
Mm-hmm.
So your top three go to war.
Oh, you go to war with... we had plenty of them to go to war with. Like if you're looking at for like a bloke like Bruce Dyl.
Oh, I thought you'd say him.
He's...
Someone was telling a story about him
he's
just recently.
Yeah,
madman.
I had a drink with him the other day. Well, I didn't have a drink. I had a water with him. And he was superlative, and never asked for anything, never wanted anything, but he was always there. He's always there and doing his best. Watching your back, which you got to have with some people like that, Jono. He was always there if we masterminded something. So they come off most times. And, like Reece is probably one of my best mates, but he's got white line fever.
David Reece-Jones.
Reece Jones.
And Jono is
Wayne Johnson.
Wayne Johnson. A big occasion and fearless. And the biggest thing I tell, and it's hard to do it these days, but if you're going to belt someone or put someone, hard, you got to have no fear of what's happening, the repercussions. Otherwise, you wreck yourself. I've seen guys go whack and belt blokes and all that, and they shit themselves all day. They're worried about the next thing coming behind them. Where Jono never had that, and there's very few of us who did it and got away with it successfully and turned the game in a lot of times and made blokes feel stronger. They come with you when they see things like that happening. You know, it's very, very hard to do it now. But in what was the other one?
The other one was a player that couldn't kick the ball. Not a very good kick. So I had to handball it to the kickers.
Oh, there's quite a few of them. There's a lot more now.
So you
got
better
any nowadays?
kicks back in the day.
Well, I think that if we did the practice that you guys had to do, the time you did, we had limited time on the track.
Yeah.
For our skill level, we were pretty good in those days. But you know, it's another level now. It's quicker. But handball. Wow, Jones.
Yeah.
Wow, Jones. It was an ordinary kick. But there's a lot of ordinary kicks out there these days.
Yeah, well.
Last one, you're saying, can I ask a quick
Well,
one?
we've got heaps of time.
I just want to know, like, if you're saying that you would have been better kicks, if the best team from your era versus the best team of this era, I've had this discussion with Dad quite a few times, what's the final result?
We'd kick the shit out of them.
You'd bash them, no worries at all.
We'd beat them.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't think that I don't think you'd get through a zone. I think you'd all be just like, what the fuck's going on here?
We adapt. We adapt.
I think you'd get angry.
We were smarter
and just be bang.
footballers. We were smarter footballers. A lot of dumb footballers out there today.
Oh, yeah, robots.
I'm telling you, right?
I think there's arguments on both ends. I think
I totally agree.
I think that the modern team now would win, but I think there's probably not just the physicality, but I think like the part around actually footballers.
Yeah.
Now, like, and I was a victim of this. As soon as you get in, you just go, "Fuck! I just got to play in this zone," and you just forget about it.
Yeah. There's too many orders these days.
Yeah.
It's too routine. You know, you've got to be unpredictable in your game. That's why they're taking out the knocks and all this. Christ almighty. I know that you got to stop it, and everyone's yelling and screaming about the knocks and that, but Jesus, when you sign up for it, you sign up for it. And it's, you know, this collision thing now, and a lot of my mates are getting, a lot of guys I know have got problems and head problems, and we go to a meeting, we got a thing called the fifth quarter coming up, which Kenny Hunter's brought out. This is on top of the AFL Players Association to help people that they don't, I'm not saying they overlook, but where they are, you know. And this fifth quarter is a massive thing, and you'll hear about that shortly, but it's going to be launched. But a lot of damage has been done, but, you know, a lot of fun's been had. A lot of people wouldn't be sitting where they are if it wasn't for football.
Yeah.
On and off the field.
So the old era would kick the shit out of the new era.
Yeah, I'd like to see it.
I'd love to see them both on the same program.
I'd like to see someone playing on British Dyl.
Yeah.
Someone playing on Buddy Franklin would be pretty
But
hard.
also, I mean, I went to the footy not long ago with Dad, and I was telling you about this, Jimmy, and everyone was like, "Oh, Big Nick, he's fearsome big bloke. He's 6'2". I'm eyeballing him. It's like I played on ball. Big Nick was a ruckman, you know. So things have changed. I get it, but it's just an interesting discussion, and I can see both sides of the coin, but I think the fitness and the speed of the game and the skill would be far too good for the older era.
You can shut that down, though.
Well, within reason, yeah. Not if you're outnumbered by 4-1 every time you kick it.
Brett.
Bigger question is, Brett, would you get a game in that team?
In the new one?
No,
like the current era?
The current era, yeah. You'd be close.
Depends which year we're talking.
Oh, 2015. What year? What,
nah,
2015?
I wouldn't be anywhere near it.
Yeah, I shut you down in 2015, so a 40-year-old could.
Yeah.
Anyway, boys, good to chat. Hey, good first guest.
Did you like it?
Very
well
good.
done.
Were you rattled?
It rattled me a little bit because I
you pay.
didn't know what was
When he
happening.
came in, it was good, like it's like a high pitched Dad.
Did he melted?
I'm so nervous. I'm so Dad.
Oh, you reckon that was how I was? That's good. Very good. All right, quick one. Rock off now to see who's bringing in next.
1, 2, 3.
Paper, scissors, rock.
For me.
It's you.
All right, good luck.
Yes.
Good stuff. Jim, thanks for coming in.
Thank
you.
you.
You
Good on
busy
you,
today?
guys. Flat out.
Yeah, good.
Flat out.
Appreciate it, mate. Thank you for
Good on you, mate.
coming.
Great,
Nice
mate.
and early.
Cheers, boys.